Fought Jon Jones, beat Michael Bisping and knocked out Chuck Liddell, but none hit me harder than Rumble. Rashad Evans faced a plethora of powerful MMA superstars but one hit harder than the rest. Evans is a former UFC light heavyweight champion and contested for a title 3 times during a 14-year MMA career that included 33 fights. Suga came out of retirement for one last dance in January 2022 to get that feeling again in what was his first bout since leaving the UFC 4 years prior. He was victorious at the age of 43 under the Eagle FC banner, which is owned by former UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov. Evans was unbeaten on his run to the light heavyweight title in 2008, after winning his bracket on The Ultimate Fighter Season 2. He picked up wins over names like Michael Bisping and Chuck Liddell en route to winning his first and only UFC belt. But, in his own words, he has never seen any man come close to the power that Anthony "Rumble" Johnson once possessed. Suga's last UFC victory came against Chael Sonnen, who he knocked out in the first round 5 months after defeating Dan Henderson. When asked about the most satisfying win of his UFC victory, Evans cited his knockout victory over Liddell as being one of them. "Yeah, I think so," he said on the Joe Rogan Experience. "It definitely was just because going into that fight, the media sometimes can be so damn disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? The questioning was like, what have you even done to fight a guy like Chuck Liddell? So going into the fight, I felt that disrespect. No, it's like, you know what, man? All right. I'm like, I don't care what happens. I got a leash to at least give a good showing for myself, And that's all I really cared about doing. I went out and I walked out to the song The Point of No Return by Immortal Technique. And that song just really solidified everything I was feeling at that moment. There's a verse in there. It says the place that I'm from doesn't exist anymore. And I knew after I walked out to that fight that life would never be the same, whether I won or lost. That was the big moment. I was not going to be the same Rashad after that fight no matter what happened." After his victory over MMA legend Sonnen, Evans went on a 5-fight losing streak and retired from the sport after a loss to Anthony Smith in 2018. He has since worked as an analyst and commentator in the combat sports world.